guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Catherine with The Perfect Place to Start, and today I have 3 boho style DIY home decor projects for you using one stencil pack. So let's get started. So for this project, I'm taking this piece of wood that I picked up at a garage sale. It's just planks that are secured together with 2 planks on the other side, and I just cover it with 1 coat of my Cashew Waverly chalk paint. I don't go over the whole thing. I want it to look like it was just sort of wiped on there. Then I took these leaf wood cutouts that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I'm using a pink, purple, and blue chalk paint by Waverly. I'll list all the supplies and the colors down below in my description box. Once I have all the leaves colored, I'm going to go ahead and take some gold acrylic paint, and I'm going to go ahead and paint over the stems to give them the stem look. Then I'm going to take this stencil pack that I picked up at Michael's. It was in the clearance section, and I'm going to stencil on the Dreamcatcher up at the top of my wood sign using that same gold acrylic paint. Once I get the main part of the Dreamcatcher stenciled on there, I'm going to take this leaf stencil, and there are like these hanging parts on the stencil. I'm going to stencil those parts in gold as well, coming off of the main part of the Dreamcatcher. So I'm basically building up the Dreamcatcher using both of the stencils that came in this pack. Now that I have all the parts stenciled onto the sign, I go back with my wood feathers, and I'm going to glue them to the bottom of the hanging pieces so it looks like the feathers are blowing in the wind. It took me a little while to decide like the placement of these, but as I played around with it, this is the one that I like the best, and so I just kind of alternate the colors, and then I take 2 of them and lay them on top of each other over on the right hand side of the sign. Once I have the wood feathers glued down, I'm going to go around the outer edge of the Dreamcatcher, and I'm going to glue a pearl to each one of the points on the outside of the Dreamcatcher. I'm also going to glue a pearl down at the bottom where there are 2 feathers that are hanging from the same piece of hanging part in the middle, and then I'm going to glue a pearl in the middle of our Dreamcatcher, and when I am done with that, this project is complete.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town.
Today's video is part of the Mother of Pearl collab put on by DIY with Nadia and Crafty Leanie. Each of us will be creating DIYs today using pearls, so make sure you go down to my description box, click on the playlist, and check out what each of these lovely ladies have created after you finish watching my video. For this project, I'm taking a sign that I picked up at a thrift store, and I'm just covering the inside only with my Cashew Waverly chalk paint. I only give it about 2 coats in there just to cover up the piece that's already in there. Once I have that all covered, I'm taking the second part of this stencil pack and I'm measuring to make sure that it's in the middle of the sign, and I'm going to use my gold acrylic paint and I'm going to paint on the arrow at the top of the sign. Someone said to me the other day that it was really hard to use stencils and they tend to stay away from them because they never turn out. My best advice for using stencils would definitely first be to start with something small that you can kind of practice with. Maybe you're going to do just one solid piece. I've done a few projects where I do a reverse stencil where I cut it out and then I have this big section, which is really easy. You're just going to go around the outside first and then fill in the inside. But you're definitely going to want to start with something that's not very intricate. The second point is to make sure that your brush does not have that much paint in it and that you're going to just do a continual dabbing motion to make sure that it's all covered in an even distribution of paint. Now that we have our arrow stenciled onto the sign, we're going to take the leaves from this stencil, or they're not leaves, they're feathers, from this stencil pack, and we're going to go ahead and stencil the feathers. We're doing it about in the middle of the arrow, and I'm going to do them each a different color. I'm kind of staggering the lengths because we're going to make this look like they're hanging off of the arrow, and so we don't want them to be all hanging at the same symmetrical pattern. Once I have the feathers stenciled on there, I'm going to go back and use my gold acrylic paint and I'm going to stencil in the hanging part so it looks like they're hanging from the arrow. Once we have our stencils on there, we are ready for our final touch. So I'm going to take these pearls again from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue one pearl at the end of each of the feathers, and then this project is complete. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine with The Perfect Place to Start. I love to do seasonal decor, Dollar Tree DIYs, home decor, and thrift to treasure. So if that is something that you're into, I would love it if you went down, hit the subscribe button, and became a part of my YouTube family. For this project, I'm using a wood round that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to give it one coat of my Cashew Waverly chalk paint, all on the top and the sides. This wood round cost me, I think, $2.99. They do often go on sale though, so keep an eye out for the sale. Once I have that all painted and dried, I'm going to take that same Dreamcatcher stencil, lay it on top of my wood round, and I'm going to stencil the Dreamcatcher on top with my gold acrylic paint. I picked up this mini Dreamcatcher at Hobby Lobby in the wood pieces as well, and I'm going to go ahead and give it some paint. So I'm going to paint the leaves the different colors, or leaves, I keep calling them leaves. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've redone the audio for this because I've called them leaves instead of feathers. So I'm going to go ahead and give the top of the Dreamcatcher one coat and then of the Agave paint, and then I'm using the different colors to color the feathers. Once I have those all colored in, I use the gold acrylic paint again to do the leaf stems, the feather stems, and then I go ahead and give some of the gold paint accent around the entire Dreamcatcher part. Once I have that all glued on, now I'm ready to kind of assemble my Dreamcatcher. So I'm going to go ahead and use those same pearls, and I'm going to glue them on all the points this time that are in the Dreamcatcher. So not just around the side, but around the entire Dreamcatcher. I start gluing on the pearls, and as I start gluing them on, I realize I needed to glue the smaller Dreamcatcher in the middle first, so I have to take apart a few of the pearls, and then I glue on the painted Dreamcatcher that I did, and then I go ahead and assemble the pearls back on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and like I said, glue on each point throughout the entire Dreamcatcher. I do go ahead and add a bow to the top, and then this project is complete.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for
Oh my goodness, guys, I know I say this all the time, but these have to be some of my very favorite projects that I have ever made in my entire life. I live in the Southwest, so Dreamcatchers are really popular where I live, and this was really fun to give it a different kind of twist with the more feminine colors and the pearls. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite. I had a really hard time choosing. I think though I ended up with the very first project just because I'm in love with those wood feathers. Don't forget to hit the playlist down below so you can check out all the other participants today and what they created with pearls. As always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you guys in the next video.
look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars.